This reading is for Chantal, and we will be doing a reading regarding her son. For this reading, I'll be using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And the spread that I've selected is the Wish spread. So this is a 9-card spread. The first one here talks about the basis from which your wish or desire springs. The second one here talks about the past factors influencing the current wish or desire. The third card is what to expect in the immediate future. The fourth card presents influencing factors. The fifth card over here is others who may be helpful. Then we have the sixth card, which is forces which may oppose your wish or desire. And then we have the seventh card, which is the best course of action or advice from the card. The eighth card is guidance on how to proceed in the future. And then finally, the ninth card is expected results if the guidance is followed. So before I get started with this reading, I just would like to do a quick prayer. I call upon my angels and my guides to please be in communications with Chantal's angels and guides. May you provide a clear and accurate reading. I also call upon Archangel Michael to please surround this reading in white light so that you may protect it and only divine messages may come through. Amen. Okay, so we will get started with the first card, and again that was the basis from which wish or desire spring. And for this one here you got the Knight of Sword reverse. Now when we see a royal card, so that could be a page, the knight, the queen, or the king, a lot of times it represents an individual or an event. Now because of the topic of the reading, this being about your son, I feel that this card represents your son. Now also because this is the knight, it talks about so a page would kind of reflect somebody who's either childish or has a childish view or child, right? The knight would be kind of more an adolescent person or adolescent-like views. The queen would be somebody more mature, and the king would be kind of somebody a little bit more wiser. So because we have the knight here, it kind of matches the age group for your son. It's kind of, again, I think that's who it reflects to. Now the sword normally kind of goes with reason, ideals, and because this is in a reverse situation, I am thinking it's reflecting to your son because of his current situation. After the injury he's got into, he's not quite the same person he used to be. He's not obviously in his normal state. And this is what I think this card is representing, and that is also the basis of what you're wishing. Obviously for him to be, kind of better or back to where he was. Now the next card that we have, again that one was past factors influencing your current wish or desire, and for this one we got the Four of Cups reverse. Now the cups normally trigger or talks about emotions. 4 is stability. Now normally this one would kind of talk about contemplation, apathy, options, or not seeing all the options. Now because this is in a reverse situation, I think it's kind of representing that more options are becoming available. But now this was a past factor influencing your current wish or desire, so I think it's just more and more is becoming plausible for you guys. You've gone through a lot of barriers and there's more options available to you, and it's it's kind of putting you in a situation where now it's kind of like, great, what can we've done this much, what else can we do? The third card is what to expect in the immediate future, and for this one here you've got the Five of Sword reverse. Now, swords normally talk again about logic and ideals and stuff, but the Five of Sword normally talks about conflict, tension, defeat. Because this is in a reverse situation, I'm kind of seeing that this is going to be like progress, like small victories. Things are going to continue going the way you're kind of hoping. There's going to be more breakthroughs in the immediate future. So now for the fourth card, this is presents influencing factors. And for this card, you got the King of Wands reverse. Now, again, because this is the King, talks about either someone or an event. The Wand normally kind of talks about action. Now, this is in a reverse position here. So it talks about impulsiveness, haste, high expectation. So I think it's kind of like in your son's situation, in your situation, you guys are really pushing hard. You're have high expectations, and it's really kind of causing that, I guess, that drive to kind of really push hard. And it's because of that drive that you're going to be seeing the success in the continuing progress, right? Now, the fifth card that we have is others who may be helpful. And what we have here is the Two of Cups reverse. Now, the Two of Cups normally talks about partnership, or attraction, that sort of stuff. Now, because this is in a reverse situation, what I'm feeling this is saying is that the motivation, the help, the support, or the major contributing factor, and the success comes from within. Your son's is self-driven, that even though you guys all there pushing and helping, and that's great, but his main source, that's his main drive, comes from within. He's definitely self-motivated here. Now that was the fifth card. So the sixth card is forces which may oppose the wish or desire. So for this card here, we've got the Chariot. Now, Chariot talks about control, willpower, victory, assertion, determination. What I'm thinking, because this is the card that may oppose your wish and desire, so like the progress, what I'm seeing this to be is wanting so much that it may be running the risk to discourage if not attain. Your son has really high goals, high expectations. It's keeping him very motivated, but if he sets himself with too, if he goes too far hoping for too much and doesn't quite attain his goals quite as quickly as he wants, he runs the risk into becoming discouraged. And if he does become too discouraged, then he will lose that progress, or he will lose his momentum. So it's important to kind of pace at a right, yes, you want to push. Yes, you want to have the goals and stuff, but not so far, not so out of reach that if he doesn't reach them in the time frame he feels he should, that it's going to discourage him. So that's just something that may oppose his progress, so to be careful to keep that in mind. Now, the next card that we have is the best course of action, or the advice from the card. So for this one here, we've got the Temperance card. So temperance normally means balance, moderation, patience, purpose. So, kind of just going with that past card, it's really push, but also make sure you enjoy your progress, appreciate what you've accomplished, enjoy yourself in the moment of the situation that you are now. Kind of make sure it's not all work, that he does take the time to just kind of enjoy, and to be grateful. So the next card that we have is the guidance on how to proceed in the future. And for this one here, you've got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position. Now, so guidance on how to proceed. So this one, when it's in the reverse position, it can talk about perfectionism. So what this is telling me is kind of concentrate on quality over quantity. You know what I mean? Like, so instead of kind of going with acquiring a lot of different new skills or developing his skills in a lot of different things, to kind of take the time to really get working on the one skill and getting that quality to it before pushing towards, a bunch of other skills as well. So to really kind of concentrate on perfecting the different skills that he's relearning will definitely benefit him the most. Now, the next and final card we have here is expected results if guidance is followed. And for this one here is we've got the Lovers reversed. Now, the Lovers card normally would talk about union, relationships. Now, because this is in a reverse situation, and because this is kind of like what the expected results would be if he's, kind of concentrate on his progress, push, but not pushing too hard, make sure that he's kind of concentrates on the quality of what he's learning over the quantity of what he's learning. What this card is telling us is that independence. Being able to rely less on the people he loves and the relationship he has around him. So just being able to get more independent. Well, Chantal, this was your reading. I hope that it had some clarification for you or that it resonated with you. Have a wonderful day.